An empath is a person highly attuned to the feelings and emotions of those around them. Empaths feel what another person is feeling at a deep emotional level. Their ability to discern what others are feeling goes beyond empathy, which is defined simply as the ability to understand the feelings of others. Instead, being an empath extends to actually taking those feelings on. Science is divided on whether or not true empaths, people who can tap into and take on the emotions of those around them, actually exist. Though plenty of people claim to have such abilities, we know that researchers have discovered that what they dubbed mirror neurons in the brain, which may help us mirror the emotions of those we come in contact with. And it appears some people may have more mirror neurons than others, suggesting that empaths may exist. From the website Very Well Mind, narcissism, on the other hand, is extreme self-involvement to the degree that it makes a person ignore the needs of those around them. While everyone may show occasional narcissistic behavior, true narcissists frequently disregard others or their feelings. They also do not understand the effect that their behavior has on other people. I'm going to add, or don't care. It's important to note that narcissism is a trait, but it can also be a part of a larger personality disorder. Not every narcissist has narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, as narcissism is a spectrum. People who are at the highest end of the spectrum are those that are classified as NPD. But others, still with narcissistic traits, may fall on the lower end of the narcissistic spectrum. The causes of narcissism isn't known, but it can be linked to your environment. Number one, your parents may have given you either too much adoration or too much criticism that didn't match your actual experiences and achievements. Number two, genetics. Narcissism may be linked to your inherited characteristics, including certain personality traits. There's more of that than they realize. Number three, neurobiology. This is the connection between your brain, behavior, and thinking. Whole lot of that. Number four, people who show signs of narcissism can often be very charming and charismatic. They often don't show negative behavior right away, especially in relationships. I know something about that. People who show narcissism often like to surround themselves with people who feed into their ego. They build relationships to reinforce their ideas about themselves, even if these relationships are superficial. From the website WebMD and the article Narcissism Symptoms and Signs. Hebrews 4:15, we have not a high priest which cannot be touched with the feelings of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin. The Message Bible says we don't have a priest who is out of touch with our reality. He's been through weakness and testing, experienced it all but the sin. Hebrews 4:14 and 15. Christ is the only true, real empath. He took on every single bit of our feelings and conquered all of Satan's evil attacks, the chief narcissists. When we have Christ, we receive the victory. First, Christ calling that which is not as if it were, and then by his creative word, making that which he has called reality. Satan is the originator, creator, source of narcissism. Humanity's acceptance at the tree of knowledge of good and evil of Satan's temptation opened the floodgates for narcissism to come into our DNA. It is a spectrum or continuum, but Christ who conquered Satan, the source, can deliver if we choose and allow Christ by his Spirit to deliver. I'm declaring this by faith, not by human scientific evidence, but by the evidence of what God has said in his word. Whereby are given unto us exceeding great and precious promises, that by these promises we can become partakers of the divine nature. As it says in the Amplified, he, by these means, these promises, has bestowed on us his precious and exceedingly great precious promises, so that through them you may escape by flight from the moral decay, rottenness, corruption, narcissism that is in the world because of covetousness, lust, and greed become sharers, partakers of the divine nature. 2 Peter 1:4. The divine nature of Christ already won. He won. Let him win in you and make you a true, motivated by God's love, empath. I'm just sharing.